Welcome in, welcome back, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. Either way, I'm just glad you decided to click in and see what I have to say today. I hope you pull up a chair, pull up a seat, and decide you want to stay. So I haven't really felt like this is the end of coming back up here and talking about the whole Reverend situation. After this, I do feel like that. Will I promise you I'm not going to come back up here again? No. If the Lord calls me up here, I sure will be up here. But I'm going to say exactly what I want to say in this. And then after that, I feel at this point I'm done. The chips are going to lay where they go. I don't care at this point. I'm going to say everything that I need to say in here. And then I'm going to come back. I think during the week, Tuesday through Fridays, I'm going to do premieres. And then I'm going to save Monday nights for going live. So during the week, I'm not going to come on Saturday and Sunday. But during the week, Tuesday to Friday, 7 p.m., um, will be my premieres. And then kind of Monday, we'll come on live at 7 p.m. and kind of talk openly about it all or things that I have to say. There are things that I want to come up and say. I'm still going to come up and do my ambiguous video that I had posted before email or Star emailed me, which I'm going to uh, walk you back through that because I started explaining it in my sides video and I kind of didn't explain what I wanted to explain. I kind of tangent off there, which I normally do. Um, and that's kind of where I want to start things off here because let me tell you what, Reverend Dream, I have been calling just about every move you have made behind the scenes, and there are plenty of people that can vouch for that. I said after she emailed me alone, I said it's only a matter of time now because I know what's sitting beneath your surface. I know what spirit you're sitting in because of the things that you have shown me, because of the things the Lord has walked me through. I know what spirit you're sitting in. So it's obvious to call out the things that you're going to do. And that's exactly what I did. So I started with my ambiguous video. I was going to go up there and I was going to address the things that I addressed about Reverend in my sides video. Okay. I was going to start there and then I was going to kind of venture out on where my channel was going to go from here. The things that I'm going to openly talk about, the things that I have been talking in privately for years now, saying that this is what the Lord wants me to be talking about to the world. This is what I should be saying. This is what I'm too afraid to talk about. And I'm going to do those things. So that's what that ambiguous video was. Okay. So I threw that up. And then in the meantime, Star emailed me. Now, in a knee-jerk reaction after I received that email, I threw up the sides video because I was just going to come out here, emotions, just running wild and respond that way. And then I did. And then I felt very convicted. And I didn't understand why at first I was wrestling with this. And then it came down to me being me. I felt like I owed her a response before I did that. And that's exactly what I did. So I took it down. I do care about people coming here. I do care about all of those things. But if I want to take down a live and put it up 15 times, I will. You know what I mean? If you want to be here, you're going to be here. And that's how I feel. And I love you and I want you here. But I know plenty of people that are very inconsistent. They go up whenever they want, and people go running every time that channel pops up. So there are many sides to everything that we can tell truths about so many things. Okay, full truths on all sides of things what happened because that happens too, right? So that's where I'm at. I have been going about this exactly how the Lord has wanted me to and fighting him on a lot of it. So yeah, in a knee-jerk reaction, I put up the sides video and then I felt very convicted to reach out to her, so I took it down. So then we exchanged the emails, everything went. And I again threw the sides video back up. And again, I felt convicted. I felt like, for as much as that email went down, and as much as she doesn't want to know, and she doesn't need to know, and she's not picking sides, and she's not lurking but watching, and not commenting but listening, and all of these things that we talked about in my sides video, okay? I said, I took it down. And I said, I want to test something. I want to see something. She is literally going to go run to Reverend, and they're going to talk, even though she says, she's not getting involved and doesn't want to know and ain't picking sides, and it's not, about sides. I know this. I've been over here speaking my truth. I haven't asked anybody to pick sides, and we'll get to that. But I knew that's exactly what she would do. And she can say that she didn't. He can say that she didn't. I will never, ever believe that, because I even said, after she runs and goes and talks to him and goes and tells him, and they have whatever conversation that they're going to have, he will go up and he will crack. He will explode. And he did. That's exactly what he did. And that's what I was waiting on. That's exactly what I was waiting on. And then I went on and I did my sides video. Bing, bang, boom. Because I knew. And I've been saying that from the beginning, even before that. I said, eventually, because this is where it always leads with Reverend. It's like clockwork. It's like rinse and repeat. He will go up, explode, make people pick sides, then take a pause, but not really take a pause, because he'll find ways to come on, because he can't help himself, just like last time. And what's funny about last time is I had a conversation with him, I would say less than a week before all that came down, about how I haven't been up since June. Before all of this, if you go back and look, I haven't been up since June because I had taken a pause. There were some things that happened. Late June. And then I had a breakdown the day after July 4th, on July 5th. And things have been moving on my insides for the better ever since. I finally am really moving into the position that the Lord has wanted me to be. And I have posted my songs. I've made gobs of posts. Y'all should check those out. Because I took a pause. I took a step back. Things are happening. And you know what? When I came out of that, there was such a weight that was lifted off of me. Everything's happening still. And that's kind of what I want to come talk about in my ambiguous video, which I'm still going to do. I've had so much happen to me on the insides that so much is showing on the outsides. And everybody that comes here is proof of that. They have no idea what they are proving, but they are proving so much. Because I took a pause. I took that time. And I do that. I do go there all the time with him. And when he calls me there, it's like I said before, it's when he says, all right, we're done. Oh, no, just a little longer. That's where I sit. Okay. So, and I had this conversation with him. I said a week before his last pause. And I think I have remnants of that conversation in my text messages, actually. Because I said in there, because he talked about how nobody loves him, nobody sees him. And I'm just like, you have a lot of support, Reverend. You have a lot of support, coming from somebody who doesn't. And it's not jealousy. It's just truth. You know what I mean? And I told him people would know if you didn't go. I said, I haven't been up since June, and nobody notices. Nobody knows. Nobody has paid attention from his congregation. And I wasn't just somebody in the pews. I was a part of the team. I was up there. I was very behind the scenes. I was close. And when both times I stepped away, not a single soul really noticed. And I opened up to him about that. And I said, you know what? And that it's teaching me. I'm learning every step of the way through that. And I had a whole conversation with him about it. And don't you know, not even a week later, he took that whole pause and let everybody come just love on him, support him. And that's what he wanted. But then he really didn't take a pause because he finds every single excuse to come up here. That is not a pause. That is not going to the secret place. That is not doing any of those things. It wasn't even 3 days before he was back up here. You know what I mean? Because that's what he does it for, the reaction. He gives you just enough. He tells you just enough. He tells you a bunch of half truths. And I'm telling you right now, if you're sitting over there and you think just because he doesn't say Ashley and he's talking about me and you think that's okay, any better than me over here telling the truth and saying his name, then you need to ask yourself some questions. You need to really look into your heart, because is it, or is that exactly what he wants from you? He wants you to just know enough. I'll air out everything in the name of the truth. My mess, your mess, and I've said it before. It's not about being right. It's the truth. Go speak your truth, but speak the truth, because I will correct it if it's not the truth. But that's what he does, because he needs that attention. He needs that. I'm not saying it to be mean. I'm not saying any of this to be mean or harsh. But you think because he doesn't ask you things outright, the things that he says doesn't make you fearful to go do anything? How many of you have left my channel because you're afraid of him seeing? Not because of your discernment, not because of anything else, but because of what comes out of that man's mouth. So he'll take his little pause, right? And then he'll come back on when he thinks he's cool, when everything's cooled down and everybody's kind of forgotten. He'll come back on. He'll say his little 2-bit piece to wrap it up. And then he'll say, oh, well, let's move on in the spirits. It's the same thing every time. And he only takes these pauses when truth is trying to be said. Speaking of keyboards, we'll get there. We'll get to the keyboard warriors here soon. So then, again, back to if you think that he doesn't talk about us, or just because he doesn't say our names, it's okay. Well, I'm letting you know he is talking about me, especially with the Trains of Salvation song. I got the clip. I can share the clip on my YouTube. Who else made a train wreck song of salvation? Because he didn't say Ashley's song. I'm exactly who he was talking to. So if you didn't know, now you do. So you do what you do with that. If you think that's any better than what any of us are doing, you go sit in that then. I don't care. So he goes up and he makes his 2-bit piece, throws his little shots about my Train Wreck of Salvation song. So I made a post with him. It's not out of vengeance, because it's actually a good song. And for as much as he likes Jelly Roll is a very good representation of that song and the way people look at him. So anybody who wonders what that song is, you should go read it. And I tagged Reverend in it, because since he's watching, I wanted to clear up the misinterpretation. I wanted to make it very clear, and I hope it does clear things up for him, because I think that is a very, very truthful song about people thinking that the Train of Salvation is this polished, primmed up, you got to be in your best suit and tie. And it's not. It's not. There are a lot of busted up looking people with a lot of salvation on them gold trails, and they're heading there. Sinners, saints, all of us, we are shoulder to shoulder in this. It don't matter who you are. He ain't checking tickets like that. That's what that song is about. And baby, I'm on my way. And so many of us are too. So shame on you. You should really go listen to that song, actually. We want to talk about keyboard warriors. After all of this happened, after all of this went down, I went to people's channels, not out of vengeance, not out of anything other than this has nothing to do with you, brother or sister. This is between him. I don't care where you go. There have been plenty of people that have been going from back and forth, and I'm fine with it. I'm doing what the Lord asked me to do and calling out the spirit that he's asked me to call out. That's all I'm doing. And use your discernment through that is what I've said. If you are discerned to be in both places, by all means, be in both places. That's what I was doing. I didn't reach out to everybody. I didn't go to everybody's channel. There were plenty of people I knew There was no business me going over there and saying, hey, I'm still here if you want me. There was no business in that. And when I do comment, I am not commenting out of anywhere but love and support for you, the same that I had been the whole time. That's what that was. A sincere reaching out. And if there was any pushback, I didn't push back. I left. If you made it clear, okay, that's all I needed to know. I'm not here to do. That's all I needed to know, and I will quietly go, just like I always do. In case anybody, didn't notice that out there. But when I went to comment on stars. I commented on serving my Redeemer. I commented on a few other people too. But when I commented on stars, and that's the point I want to make, Reverend could have commented on anything on my channel, but he waited and he set a sign. You're not welcome here. Star's channel is mine. This is my territory. And Star let him. And that's fine. I'm not saying anything, and ever since she ain't been back to my channel. She ain't done nothing. That's just the truth. Those are the facts. And that's fine. I didn't say anything. Star reached out to me. She was the one who keeps inputting herself over here. And that's fine. But I made a sincere gesture. That's what that was. Anybody I have popped in brave enough, it's been a sincere, hey, I'm still here. Hey. But if you're lurking from the shadows and you're going after people for where they are going, that makes people very fearful. Going after people who they support. And I've called that. I mean, it's crazy that, I had a whole sides video talking about this after they threw out sides. And now they're literally telling people, make a choice, pick a side. Yikes, that is scary. I'm not saying that is scary for the faith, for the spirit. And it makes a lot of sense on why people stop coming around. Fear is not leading, not with the Lord. If you didn't want to come around because you didn't want to come around, that's fine. But if you're coming around because you're afraid of Reverend seeing, you have to ask yourself some questions. And I'm not threatening at all. But if you think for a second our Father says I have to sit and take it, I don't. And the Lord lets us know that. And Reverend, whatever you call yourself, maybe you need to go back in that book and then actually teach your congregation something they can actually grow in. And that would be a good start, that yes, you can speak up for yourself in His character, in His heart, in His spirit, without vengeance, just truth. And with that being said, this thing about being brave behind the keyboard, keyboard warriors, it's cowardice. I have not seen anything but cowardice coming from you, Reverend. First of all, shame on you. You have done nothing but been a coward, and now you're going to go hide and not hide and gain your sympathy from that. I just want to say I hope I'm not included in that keyboard warrior thing, because I will drop my Cash App. I am a broke chick. I made a song. I'm going to play it for you guys. I will drop my Cash App, my Chime, whatever. I'm broke, but I sure will. I sure will show up at your house. I sure will show up public place. Choose it. I will drop it. And if the Lord so be it, the money ends up to where I can go. I already talked to my husband. He's got a few days vacation. We can make it a thing. I'll meet you at a public place. I will come there. We'll sit down at a picnic table. My husband could be the cameraman. We can do it all on live. I am not going to put my hands on you. This is not a threat. But I will come over there and I will sit, and the truth will be said, and I will say it to your face. You have no idea of what some of us are capable of. And that's not a threat. I don't mean violence, but I will look you dead in your eyes, Reverend Dream, and say everything that I've ever said to you and everything that I've ever said up here straight to your face. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And if you don't want to send me money, you can come to my house. We can come to, there's Froat Park. We can go meet there, sit down at the picnic table. Baby, I have no problem saying any of this to your face. Maybe some people do, but I'm not. I'm not. I have absolutely no problems. I think you do. I think absolutely you do. I think that what people need to realize most about you is everything that you go up there and talk about, you are projecting from your heart. You are exactly that. I don't think you would say any of these things to somebody's face at all. Nope. You have my address. I don't need to send you mine. You have it. If not, I will resend it to you. Drop your Cash App. Let people get you here. Because I will. I absolutely will look you dead in your eyeballs and say this. See, the thing I've been afraid of is people coming from my family, my motherhood, me as a mom, the way I love my kids, because I couldn't possibly after the decision I made, and knowing who I am and standing in with the Lord. And what I have done in my pause, my real pause, is come to know that. Is to come to know no matter what anybody says, I know, and he knows, and my kids know. And that's the only thing that the Lord was waiting on me to come to terms with. And I have. So there is nothing I am afraid of to come up here and say in the name of our Father, in his character, in his heart. I've been saying it. The one thing about the truth is it knows what it's up against. It knows what it's up against. So when it comes up here and it starts speaking, it's prepared. So you should be very, very careful of the things that you are saying, because some of us will make it our sole mission to go sit down with you at a public place, park, wherever, and have this conversation straight to your face, looking in your eyeballs. Yes. Absolutely. So I wrote a song, and I'm going to play that now. And I hope you guys like it. And then I have another song that we're going to move into another topic that I want to talk about while I'm on here. And I have a song for that one too. And that one I might get a little emotional on, because it's kind of shattered me a little bit. It has. I'm not going to lie. But here's the keyboard warrior song I wrote. I'll play it for you.
Keyboard warriors, let's talk about that. This ain't a threat, I'm dropping straight facts. I don't care who you know or where you're at. I'm a broke chick, but I'll drop my Cash App. Since I'll turn it into a road trip fast. A little side quest, yeah, a blast from the past. And when I pull up, I'll say it with my chest. You don't want that smoke, go ahead, send the address. You don't wanna do that, cool, my house is fine. Funny how old you get when you're online. This ain't how I picture seeing your face, but say the word, we can make it a public place. Quick, someone please call my bluff. I'll wait you on, cause you know exactly what some of us are capable of. You talk real loud where you can't be seen, but fall real quiet when the room gets clean. Your courage only clicks when the keyboard's lit, but in the real world, yeah, you ain't built for it. So bring that same energy out here, not in the DMs, not in the shade you throw from fear. Say it with your feet, say it with your face, say it with a brave one, show up in place. Not just noise in the void, or a real one, no words, just a kid with a keyboard. At this point point, you're just squawking. At this point, you're just gawking. Lurking in the shadows, cause truth is what you keep on dodging. Big talk on the screen, miniature in person. Your confidence fades, yeah, cowardice worsens. I heard what you said about soon, no, but somehow those words never leave your little window. I'm standing right here, you hiding back there. You wrote a whole paragraph, but won't breathe the same air. You keyboard from the dark, so your real heart don't show. But every fake word slips through the cracks in your glow. You scream big storms through a plastic screen, but out in the open, you're nowhere seen. So bring that same energy out here, not in the DMs, not in the shit you throw from fear. Say it with your feet, say it with your face, say it where the brave ones show up in place. You're just noise in the void, never weird with no war. Just a kid with a keyboard. Listen, I don't play games that break real hearts. I don't swing fists where the spirit starts. But best believe if you wanna act bold, then step in the light where the truth gets told. Cause the dark's where cowards hide their voice, but clarity comes when the brave choose choice. I'm not threatening, just saying it plain. If you got something to say, then say my name. So bring that same energy out here, not in the DMs, not in the shade you throw from fear. Say it with your feet, say it with your face, say it where the brave ones show up in play. Just noise in the void, no worry, no war. Just a kid with a keyboard. Type loud, talk soft, that's all you got.
And there it is. I wrote that one for that. So yeah, I think it's pretty catchy. I think it's pretty straight to the point. I think it pretty much says everything that I want to say in that one. I will drop it after this. I'll drop both of these on my channel afterwards. But yeah, I think you just gotta be careful of the things that you say, because some of us will pull up, and not in violence. Just like I said, I have no problem saying any of that. I have had no problem saying the things I have said to you in the text messages. I have not had any problem saying the things that I said to you up here, and I sure don't have any problem saying them straight to your face. So just so we're clear, I just wanted to make sure. I don't know who you're talking about. You won't say names, but that's maybe why you should. Maybe you should say names, because right? Clarity we have happening tonight. Okay, so anyways, while we're on the keyboard warriors and fear and making people choose sides quietly or just plain outright at this point, so we've heard, it's funny how people keep trying to bring up sides, and not choosing them are actually the ones literally making people choose sides. And they have no problem saying those names, right? Like, oh, you can't be doing that if you're here, grr, your name. I mean, that's crazy, right? I don't know. And I repeat, if you think that man sits up there and says what he does and doesn't say our names, that it's any better than us over here telling the truth and saying their names, ask yourself some questions, because is it? Especially if they're lies, especially if it's manipulation, or is it just a way to hide in plain sight? Like I said, just give you just enough crumbs. I don't know. Like I said, after everything went down, I went to channels. Star was one of them. Serving My Redeemer was another. And there were a few others too. And like I said, there are places I didn't go because I knew. And it didn't tear me up that Star was lukewarm. I already knew that. I already knew coming in. I just didn't know she was nosy too. That's the only thing that was a shocker to me. I believe she is more than lukewarm at this point, and it's not the hot direction. But who am I? Who am I, right? What do I know? Lord does, though, thankfully, prayerfully, mercifully. He knows. So no, it didn't bother me. A lot of people that aren't on my channel, a lot of people that stay silent, a lot of people don't. It didn't bother me so much. I kind of knew, I mean, if we were to ask people to pick sides over here, especially for me, like, who's going to pick my side? Like, look at me. Look at my channel. Look at it. Ain't nobody really picking my sides. The people that you see on my channel, I love them so fiercely because of the experience, because of everything that the Lord has walked me through. Absolutely. Hands down. I love you all. Shout out to you. But serving, that one got to me. That one, I'm going to tell y'all where I sat with serving my Redeemer, because my whole spirit is a mess with that one. As much as my feelings want to think one thing, my spirit is just like, Ash, hold out. And I did try. To hold out for serving my Redeemer. Never had a conversation with serving one-on-one. It was never like that. I don't know. It was just something in his spirit. And sometimes I'm duped, maybe. I don't know. That's why I'm bringing, I don't know. I made a song because I'm just, and I've just been just so back and forth. So, because of it. Because I have love for serving very much so. That's why I'm coming up here. He's a poet. I never claimed to be one, just a journaler who could throw some things together, but I felt like we heard each other. His music is beautiful. I don't just come in to his music for a like and a comment. I listen, and it's beautiful. I'm not a poet. I know Shakespeare only because it's explained to me, in other words than how it's laid out. It's a little reason why I can't read the King James version. I have it, but I also have my Quest Bible, so I can understand a little bit more. I get the King James version for everybody out there over there. It's a huge thing over there, and I get it. Out of in context, it's very important to understand the Lord's words, and they shouldn't be changed. I understand that. I'm not trying to downplay that at all. But once you get an understanding, if you're just trying to literally understand what the verse is, if you're sitting in the right spirit, the heart, all of these things, and the words. Yeah, I have a Quest Bible to help me kind of understand it. And serving, he does that so beautifully. He does that so magnificent. It's amazing. And I sit and I listen, and it's beautiful. But no, he has always come over to my channel. He's commented, and I felt like he understood my words just as much as I understood his words. He understood, and it was amazing. So it wasn't ever anything that deep. I at this point talked to Star more than I've ever talked to Serving. And that was just recently. That's the most I've ever talked to Star, really. But no, so it wasn't like that. It was just something I felt in the spirit. Like I just felt like he got it, and I got his words, and so we were there for each other. I don't know. It was just I've always felt like he's sitting in a different spirit than most of the people I've witnessed over there. So after everything happened, I went over there, and I continued to be exactly who I was. Not out of spite, not out of revenge, not out of having a peeing contest. I just didn't. I felt something in my spirit, like, try real hard before that one goes. So I did. And he came over. He came over here. He commented, and it was good. And I didn't care. I didn't care. There's actually a comment where someone said he missed one of my premieres, and I said it was okay. I'm just glad he's here, because I was, and I meant that. I did. I was very truly so happy that you were still coming over. Yeah. And then something must have happened because I kept commenting and he stopped replying and he stopped coming over. I'm not sure. I've never, like I said, this is where I'm sitting. And then in that time he would post songs and I would wonder, is this in support? Maybe he's trying to discern, maybe he's trying to like secretly reach out. I just didn't know. I didn't know because I can go pull the songs. I definitely can take you back through and I screenshot, I had conversations with people. Like, I'm not sure what's going on here. I'm so confused. Like, my spirit is tore up. Like, maybe I don't know because I just feel his spirit is not the same spirit that I feel over there from Reverend, from all the people, associated that come up in my mind. So I was just like, I don't know. I'm so confused. But you know who came running over? Star and Reverend. Yep, they sure did. They sure started popping up a lot more than I've ever seen them. I'm not saying that they never did and didn't support him, but I was on his channel enough and supported him enough to where maybe they came after I commented or something. I don't know. I'm not trying to be petty, but I seen the difference. That's for sure. And it sends a message. It definitely sent a message. And but what really let me know kind of is when Serving responded to their comments and not mine. So that let me know. And I unsubbed quietly and I left. Didn't say anything. Then came the songs with the butterflies in the art. Then the one with the fingerprint. And I just can't help but to wonder if it was all shade. Like, has it been shade? Are you shading me? Is that what this is? I would be shattered. But I will speak my truth. I will say whatever name I want to. But I won't play these petty games. I won't do that. There are no sides in faith. He is the center of everything. There should be no reason why anybody says make a choice. The only choice you should be making is in him. You should be discerning in him. And after this, I'll be coming up with a video that I had written. I was going to air it not yesterday, but the day before that, within the past few days, and I hadn't gotten there. This has just been on my heart to say this and be done with it. After this, I let the chips fall where they are. This is my heart. I've been here, been right here, and I've never made a fuss over anything at all. And of all people, Reverend knows that. Reverend absolutely knows that. But if I see anybody pop up on my channel, I will know, and I will love you, and I will support you, and I will be here for you, no matter where you are, no matter where you go. You're here. And that's what the Lord has been telling me since the beginning is they will come through all of it. They will come. I don't know who they are. I'm starting to know who some of them are. Graciously. But I let people more than people see in a situation like this. I think people need to become more aware. My whole testimony is geared on letting them and speaking anyways. So yeah, I have been having talks. A few days ago, when all of this happened, when Rev made his videos and said the things that he said, I even said, I will sub Serving back. Like, my heart is I'm here. That's all it is I'm for anybody out there. I'm here. If you want to be here, no conversation needed. Just show up. So yeah, I wrote this next song out of confusion, out of love for one another as brothers and sisters in faith should, as where did this all come from? And it's okay. It's okay. But I'm not taking any more swings. I'm not taking any more jabs. I'm not going to write a song about you. I'm moving on. I'm really moving on because there's things that the Lord has wanted me to say for the past 4 years now, and I'm going to do that. And I'm sorry if it steps on a lot of people's toes. These are the things that I've experienced. These are the things that He's walked me through. These are the things that He wants me to talk about through it all. And that's what I'm going to do. In my next video, I'm going to do my premiere called Loyalty, and then my next live will be ambiguous, where I kind of go down that narrow road of this is how things are going to start to be on my channel. This is how He has wanted them to be from the beginning, and that's where we'll go. So I hope you stick around. I hope you do pull up a seat. I hope you do. So this is one, and I will leave you out with it. You guys have a very blessed, wonderful, wonderful evening. And I hope that I do see some people. I hope I see more people. And I hope those people see Him. Not me, Him. There are no sides in faith. He is the center of everything. And if you start to understand that more and more, it wouldn't be so hard for you to even be here in a place like this.
I post a video, you post a song. Are we parting ways or playing Pong? I got my paddle, I serve one back out. Trying to reach you, trying to work this out. I reached out first, but you ain't quiet. Now my mind's racing, running like a riot. Had my paddle ready, held in the air. Something in my spirit said you need it there. The first shot wasn't mine, I didn't serve it out. But since we're here now, what are you playing about? Is anything coming from the other side true? Tell me I'm wrong, please say it's not you. I'll be shattered, but what can you do? I'll pray you remember who you're serving to. Are you just throwing that shade around? Am I picking up what you're putting down? So that's all I've got, the ball's in your court. It's your turn now, I'm not keeping the score.
You post a lyric, is it meant to sting? Is there a message tucked inside everything? I'm trying to test it, hold it to the light. Discern the spirit, check if it's right. Cause shadows talk loud when the heart is hurt, and silence can preach more than spoken words. I'm hoping for clarity, hoping for truth, but I can't swing back if it's all just something to prove.
If there's meaning in the hits you send, then say it straight, don't pretend. Is anything coming from the other side true? Tell me I'm wrong, please say it's not you. I'll be shattered, but what can you do? I'll pray you remember who you're serving to. Are you just throwing that shade around? Am I picking up what you're putting down? Who are you serving now? So that's all I've got, it's your turn now. I'm not keeping the score.
I'm not swinging wild, I'm not swinging blind. I'm just trying to guard my peace of mind. If this is a battle, Lord, let it be won. Not by the flesh, but by your Son.
If there's a shot coming, let it be truth. Let it be healing, not hidden proof. If there's a game, then I'm bowing now. Cause love ain't played through fear or doubt. Is anything coming from the other side true? Tell me I'm wrong, please say it's not you. And even if it is, I know what to do. I'll pray His light keeps breaking through. Are you just throwing that shade around? Am I picking up what you're putting down? Who are you serving now? So that's all I've got, it's your turn now. I'm not keeping the score. Balls in your court, your court, your court. I won't swing no more, no more, no more. Cause I'm leaving. If this is what you call redeeming, if truth's on your side, it'll rise to the surface. If not, God will show what was hidden on purpose. Balls in your court, I'm not keeping the score.
I figured I'd pop on and say, y'all have a wonderful evening. That's all I got for you. And I will see you I have the loyalty premiere coming on, and then I think tomorrow night, Monday, I will be coming on live to do my ambiguous video that I've been trying to put out before all of this. So we're going to get back to that. So you guys have a wonderful evening, and thank you for being here. Thank you for hearing me out. Many prayers, many blessings heading out.